Find yourself in Tadasana, mountain posture, placing the 2 feet firmly on the ground beneath you, bringing the big toes to touch, and then relaxing through the toes. Maybe you could pick them up, stretch forward through the toes, and then place them back on the mat in a relaxed and composed state. Draw up through the flesh on the lower legs, lifting and elevating, rising up through the knees, lifting the thighs, the quadriceps, the biggest muscle group of the body. Thinking about the backs of the legs and raising up throughout. Thinking about the sides of the legs and lifting. Bringing the mind to the pelvic region, the pelvic basin, and getting its alignment correct. You might like to put your right hand on your stomach, your left hand on your lower back, and tilt the pelvis so that it becomes centralized, so that you feel this natural pull of the belly button in, back, and down towards the base of the spine. And then this upward lift through the trunk of the body, rising up, creating space, improving your overall stature. Take a breath in through the nostrils, exhale and bring the shoulders back so that you open out across the front of the chest, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Allowing the arms to hang naturally by the sides of the body, the fingers limp, loose, down towards the ground. Have your chin parallel with the mat and close the eyes. You may feel your body weight transferring between the 2 feet. You want to centralize this weight. So gain control over your central meridian, that energy channel that runs directly through the center of you, from the crown of your head to your anus. See it perhaps as a metal pole, and you are drawing yourself in towards this metal pole. You are pulling flesh, skin, back to muscle, skin and muscle, to join with bone. Become aware of your skeletal frame. Your skeletal frame denotes the very size of you. Pull in. Become consciously aware of your skeleton. Gain deeper understanding of your true shape and size. And then we'll open the eyes and we'll step the feet just wider than hip width. Let's take a breath in and create space, thinking about lifting our hips up towards our waist, and then this whole pelvic girdle up. We want to lift the flesh from the waist up over the ribs, up into the chest. Have the hands resting naturally on the sides of the outer thighs. Another breath in, create space, and then as you exhale, you're going to gently tip to the right, stretch. You're lowering your right hand down your right leg and keeping the left fingertips feathering around the left hip. Keep your left shoulder directly above your right shoulder so that both your shoulders stay aligned with your hips. Feel almost as if you are pinned between 2 panes of glass. You are unable to drop forwards and you are able to open out too far back. It may help to have a wall behind you so that you can keep a connection of both shoulders, both buttocks and both heels of feet with that wall, and this will give you great understanding of true alignment. Breathe in, pull the tummy in, return to an upright position, creating space, and then travel to the other side. Gently allowing that left hand to draw down the outer edge of the left leg. Right fingertips feathering around the right hip. Breathe. Breathe in and rise to a central position. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Let's heel and toe the feet to about 3.5, 4 feet apart. And check on the actual height of you. Remember, your skeletal frame denotes your true size. So if you do have long legs, you might like to open the feet out a little wider. We're going to move into Trikonasana, triangle posture. It's a lateral bending of the spine. It's going to create new strength in the legs, more mobility in the hips, and it's an overall great stretch for all parts of the body. Again, if you need to keep check on your alignment, do this against a wall. Keep your shoulders next to the wall, the buttocks, the heels of the feet, and then you'll really be able to feel the true stretch taking place. Because if you practice in the middle of your mat and you allow your ego to take control, for sure the ego is going to push you further into that position thinking you're doing it right, but you may be missing some of the great nutrition of the movement posture if you allow the ego to lead you. All will become enlightened activity as we travel through the position. Let's breathe in and take the hands to shoulder level. Exhale and really stretch along the arms now, almost as if you have someone pulling you that way and that way equally. So you can feel this delicious stretch coming up the outer edge of the legs, the outside edge of the torso, along the arms. You are drawing flesh and muscle to connect with bone as nature intended. Let's pick the toes up without looking and then turn them to the left. We'll turn the left foot out 90 degrees and the right toes in 45 degrees. And really tuning in, check that the heel of your left foot is aligned with your right instep. You might like to look down and just check on that. And then bring yourself back to this central column uplifted position. And then to your next exhalation, begin to reach to the left. Take your time to create the space from the left hip up the left side of the body, all the way along the left arm, almost wanting to touch the wall to the side of you, and then begin to lower the left hand whilst the right hand raises. Now your right shoulder is stacked directly above your left. If, as I explained earlier, you allow your ego to lead you, there's every certainty that possibly you'll have slumped forward now and that your right shoulder would have come forward. You'll have collapsed in the abdominals and you're trying to get your hand right down low and you find yourself in this position, which is incorrect. You need to draw yourself back up to a place of comfort in your practice, of honesty. So if you do have that wall behind you, you'll know now that your right shoulder remains connected with that wall, and you may only get to here, but you'll be able to breathe in, create space, and in time you'll be able to walk those fingers down the left leg. Trikonasana, triangle posture. Breathe. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, feel the rotation on the trunk of the body, bringing the flesh from the left side of the body round to the right, so that you may then turn the head and neck on the cervical spine to look up towards the thumb. And then breathe in, pull the stomach in to support the spine as you return to a central position. Star posture, the 5 points of the body, toes, fingertips, top of the head, and you can feel the energy moving around, distributing equally and evenly. If you need to lower the arms and take a breather here, then do so. But by keeping the arms raised, you will build your upper body strength and you will continue to tone the arms. Let's lift the toes and turn them in the opposite direction now to the right, so that your right toes, your right foot turns out 90 degrees. Your left foot turns inward 45 degrees. And you can check the positioning of your feet by looking down and seeing that the heel of the right foot is in line with the left instep. Rise up through your central column, connecting once again to that middle channel, your central meridian that runs directly as a straight line. And then you draw in towards that. You bring your flesh and your muscles in towards your core. Nice deep breath in, create space, lift, and then exhale, stretch, reach to the right. Take your time to gain full nourishment from the movement as you begin to descend, keeping the left shoulder stacked over the right. So both shoulders are aligned with the hips. Once again, possibly thinking that you are pinned between two panes of glass, or indeed have a wall behind you and both shoulders are connected with the wall. Nice deep breath in, and then rotate the trunk of the body and turn the head and neck to look up towards the raised thumb. Pull the tummy in, turn to a central position. Let's take our hands to our hips. Have a deep breath in and pull up pubis to navel, navel to breastbone. It's almost like a zipper and you're zipping upwards. And then hinge forward. You can use gentle pressure with your thumbs on the back hip bones, the innominate bone, to help hinge you over. Get to the halfway mark and see if you can get the back feeling like a tabletop, so it's nice and straight. You're pulling the tummy muscles in rather than allowing them to collapse down to the floor. Your elbows are out in line with your shoulders and hips, and you take the crease out of the back of the neck, so you have the head and neck as a natural extension of your spine. Remember to keep lifting up through the legs. Lift the inner thigh muscles. Hit back with the thigh muscles. Hitting back means pulling flesh and muscle back to bone. It's a simple communication of the mind to the body. Hit back. This will help keep the muscles of the legs nice and toned. Another breath in, create space. Exhale, hinge further forward, taking your body to its comfortable position, and then let go of the back of the head. You want the crown of the head pointing down towards the mat, and then bring your hands to rest shoulder width apart beneath you. Take your time to adjust and adapt. This is a restorative position for the heart. Unclench your teeth, breathe in and breathe out.
See if you can now release the hands and capture the opposite elbows with the hands and allow the head to hang central. And then place the hands on their respective ankles, pull the tummy in, have the chin to the chest as you restack the bones of the spine, coming up to an upright position. Nice deep breath in and out. We'll go to Ardha Chandrasana now, half moon posture. We'll go into it via Trikonasana, triangle position. Take your time. This is a balance on one foot and one hand. There are many levels to practice at, so ensure that your practice is an honest one and that you do not force any part of it. Your mind and body are uniting. They are beginning to communicate with each other. Give them the grace of time to achieve this. Breathe in, raise the hands to shoulder level. Exhale, stretch and extend through the arms to the fingertips. Breathe in, pick your toes up and turn them to the left. Breathe out. Breathe in, adjust and adapt in the foundation of the position. Get yourself nice and upright through the trunk of the body. When you begin to exhale, you reach to the left, descending, reaching, stretching simultaneously. Keep the legs lively, active and lifting. Unclench your teeth. Keep the shoulders stacked one above the other and in line with your hips. You'll bring your right hand down to your right hip. You'll turn to look down at the mat. Breathe in. Bend the left knee. Bring the left hand out in front of you and then gently straighten the left leg and raise the right toes in line with the right hip. Now take your time here to check that your toes are relaxed. You should be able to pick the toes up of the standing foot and wiggle them. Check where your left hand is best placed for your balance. It may be to the left of the foot, in line with the foot, to the right of the foot. Find where your balance lies. And then, taking another breath in, make space from your tailbone to the crown of your head. So you have this lovely horizontal experience from your tailbone to your head. And then rotate the body and begin to raise the right hand up to the ceiling. Unclench your teeth and breathe. If you can, turn the head and neck on the cervical spine to look up towards the thumb. And then you'll lower the right hand, you'll turn and look at the mat, you'll bend the left knee, bring the right foot down, draw back through Trikonasana, pull the stomach in and return to a central position. Consciously breathe in fully, breathe out and prepare to go to the other side. So we'll pick the toes up, we'll turn them to the right, we'll adjust and adapt into our foundation of the position, we'll keep the legs lively, the knees active and lifting, we'll zip up through our central meridian, that channel running through your centre. And then when we next exhale, we'll begin to stretch and reach to the right as we lower and the left hand raises and the left shoulder is stacked directly over the right. Our teeth are unclenched. We bring our left hand to our left hip. We turn and look down towards our right foot. We take a breath in And then we exhale, bend the right knee, place the right hand out in front of you, and then begin to straighten that right leg as your left toes slowly draw up to become aligned with your left hip. Breathe in and then stack the left hip above the right. Check your toes on your right foot. Are they gripping into the mat for dear life, or can you relax them and give them a wiggle? Begin to release that left hand and raise it to the ceiling. Stretch up through that left arm to the fingertips. See if you can turn your head and neck on the cervical spine to look up towards the thumb. Unclench your teeth. Breathe. And then reversing all of that to make your way out of the position with the strength and grace that you moved into it. Lower the hands, lower the chin, and watch the chest rise and fall for a breath. And then we'll jump, step, or walk the feet together into Tadasana, mountain posture. Reconnect with that elevated sensation running from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. And then once we've connected to our sense of elevation, our uplifted posture, we'll then take the weight into the left foot. We'll peel the heel of the right foot off of the mat, and then we'll take that right foot into our chosen position for Vrksasana, tree posture. You can have your right foot at the left ankle, at the inner left knee, at the root, right up at the left inner thigh, or if you can do half Padmasana, you can bring the right foot into the crease of the left leg. Choose which position is comfortable and honest for your ability. Breathe in and bring the hands to rest at the heart. Scan the body. Check for any pockets of tension you may be harbouring and let them go upon each exhalation. Check your alignment. Tilt your pelvis, pull your tummy in, lift the flesh on your buttocks. Have an active and raised knee on the standing leg. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Unclench your teeth. Make yourself as tall a tree as you can. And gently release. Take the weight into both feet. Centralize. Adjust and adapt in your mountain foundation. And then transfer to the other side. Get the weight securely placed into the right foot, into the ball and the heel of the right foot. The toes relaxed. Peel away the heel of the left foot and take that left foot into your chosen position, whether it is against the right ankle, the right inner knee, the top of the right inner thigh, or if you want to go into half Padmasana, whereby you bring the left foot into the upper crease of the right leg. Check your position, tilt your pelvis, get your shoulders directly over your hips, and bring the palms of the hands together at the heart. Soften and relax the shoulders.
Soothe the neck and the throat. Unclench the teeth. Breathe in and breathe out. Focus. And then gently release. Bring again the weight of your whole body to disperse into the soles of both feet. Have the hands naturally by the sides, chin parallel to the mat. Close the eyes and tune in. Tilt the pelvis, pull the belly button in to secure and support the spinal cord. And using your powers of visualization, picture your skeletal frame, which denotes your true shape and size. Meet your skeleton in an honest, observant way. And then open the eyes, bring the hands together at the heart and give thanks for your practice today. Have gratitude for everything you have. Avoid focusing on what you don't have. Concentrate and be grateful for what you do have. And be safe in the knowledge that yoga is good for you.